Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, back in my book, where I do what I do for you. Oh, I got something nice for you today. You always say that, and I'm always right. Let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where I'm going with that? So let's do it. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. To my yacht. Be true. We're still dealing with the philosophy of Maya enlightenment, and these is life lessons that you have to learn and master to know thyself. This is the route that you can take. I ain't saying it's the only route, but I have a route that can get you where you want to go. If knowing thyself is what you want, I got you. Let's go. Let's start with dishonesty. I'm going to run down a whole laundry list of stuff that we need to understand and deal with. So let's start out with on dishonesty. Do not conspire against others. Ally, nope. Partner, nope. Do not conspire against others. Why? There you go. If I make a statement, all you gotta do is ask me. I'll explain it to you. I'll break it down for you. I'm the synopsis man. I give you the breakdown, so it's easy to understand. As my boy at the Yankees, the guy for Yankees, the announcer, he said, break it down to fine powder. You know what he do. Moving on. All right. Can't think of that guy, and I got a brain freeze. But let's get back to this. I'm sorry. Yeah. Why? Because God will punish accordingly. Just like he blesses accordingly, he handled that business of punishment the same way. It's called karma. You get what you deserve. Why? Schemes do not prevail. Why? Only the laws of God do. Get out of his way. Let him do what he do. If something was done to you that's wrong, if you believe in God, let him fight that battle for you. That's the concept. I get it now. A long time I didn't understand it, but yeah, I get it. Why? Because if you take it in your own hands, you're just as bad as the one who did the bad to you. You about to do bad to somebody else with a reason and intent. That's never good. That's why. And you should live in peace. Since what God gives comes by itself. And he know who and who not to give. So don't worry about what somebody is or ain't getting. Now let's talk about honesty. This is a quality. Dishonesty is like a quality, but honesty is a quality that you might want to adopt. Why? The blessings of thy external part are health, physical body, vigor, and proportion. The greatest of these is health. Why? What health is to the body, even that is honesty to the soul. If you take care of the body, you're taking care of the soul. That's why mind, body, and soul should all be taken care of as you go. Trust me. Next one. Ooh, this is good. Are you a person who argumentative? Being argumentative means you are confused. or lack of a term, ignorant. Why? Let me break it down for you right quick. See, all these got little stuff that's going to highlight what I'm saying, so I'll go through it like that. So my point here, they who know themselves, right thinkers, good and pious are, and still what? While on earth, you perform these duties while here in the flesh, and they will not say much, nor lend their ear to much. For those who spend time in arguing and hearing arguments, engaging the phrase, I don't get in the mud with the pig. Why? You can't get in the mud with the pig and claim not to be a pig. So when you argue or engage in argument, you part of the problem. Doubt, shadow, what? Fight. God is not to be obtained by speech or hearing. Knowing with inside, that's how you get to God. That's why I'm trying to give you these lessons so you can master them for yourself and you will get to God. Drugs, simple fact. The use of drugs is an abomination. So don't ask me, nope. The use of drugs is an abomination. Simple as that. We ain't got to go back and forth. What about this? What about no? The use of drugs is an abomination. Netter. Talk about him. Get back on the drug nonsense. Netter is what? This is perfect. This is profound. You got to get this one, right, thinkers? Netter is in the self or nowhere else. What the hell are you talking about? But if it is found in the self, guess what? It is found everywhere else. Is that not profound? Boy, that's bad. That is the best. I can't get past that one. If you know yourself, you know everything else. And you know what God is. You know God is in everything else. Knowing thyself does that for you. That's why we try to get to that phase. And, here goes some good ones. Here's 5 qualities that you have total control over. And either you master them or they will master you. First, let's start with hatred. That's an emotion, feeling. Envy. Another emotion, feelings. Hypocrisy. That's a fact. When you say and don't do what you say, you are a hypocrite. Deceit. Sneaky people. You know about them? If you don't, I'll tell you, look in the mirror. Last one, ambition. These are all self-qualities that you have total control over. Watch this. Let's start with the first one. The heart of an envious is gall and bitterness. His tongue spits venom. You know them people? The success of his neighbor breaks his heart. They can't, again, that's that envy, that's the hatred. Haters. Okay, watch this. He sits in his cell repining, and the good that happened to another is to him an evil. That's pure hatred. It's been around a long time. It ain't nothing new. Remember, this is ancient Egyptian philosophy. Not modern day, not now. I'm just bringing it up because this is where I got it from. Hatred and malice feed upon what? One's heart. And there is no rest in them. They ain't never going to be happy. We know them people. And if you do it when you was young and you got through life doing that, you old and you bitter, and that's all that you project to people who see you or come around you. They don't like your presence. Why? You ain't good. You're not, again, bad people. When you can sense toxicity, you get away from it. My sense is always on full alarm. My spider senses start tingling. Why? There's this problem in the force. Why? There's a negative vibe up here. Somebody don't need to be here. Okay, I didn't got that good. Well, I would just exercise my right to get out that environment. Not to call them out. Nope. Just exercise my right to back up out of there. That's good judgment. Now, let's talk about that envious person. An envious person wax and lean with what? The fatness of what? Their neighbors. Envy is the daughter of pride and ego, and the author of murder, the beginner of what? Secret seductions, and the perpetrator, the perpetual tormentor of who? Virtue. That's the moral fight. Good, evil, lower, higher, lower self, higher self, ego self, Harut, higher self. When you have that constant fight going on, envy is what? The filthy slime of your soul. It don't feel good. It's just not good. We know the kind of people you just want to be around. You want to go and take a shower. You know how that concept is. But they are full of venom and poisonous like quicksilver, which what consumes the flesh and dries up the marrow of the bones. Mercury is not good for the physical body. That's the concept. What's this? Now, next one. Attribute. Attribute, watch this, not good actions of others to bad causes. Thou cannot know their heart. Why? But the world will know by this. Thine is full of envy. Your actions will show it. Next one about the heart. What's this? The heart of a hypocrite is hidden in his chest. Yeah. But what? He makes his words in the semblance of truth. He'll say one thing, while the whole time the business of his life is only to deceive so he can achieve his personal agenda. You know anybody like that? You know people like that? Get away from them. Oh, you know? Look in the mirror. The ambition. And ambition was a good thing, but ambitious in the wrong way, in the wrong end, watch this, ambitious will always be first what? In the crowd. Okay? Pressing forward, always going on. Don't want nobody to what? They want everybody to be behind them. They want to be first. And more anguish it is to what? Their mind if they see what? Anybody before them? Why? Because their joy is when they leave in thousands of distance. They put thousands of miles between you and them. They think they better. That's ambitious. Deceit, hypocrisy, and envy, hatred. All those are qualities that we know people exhibit. And sometimes it's us. Correct it. That's the whole point of me giving you this lesson. How about this? A good one. Revenge. Everybody wants revenge. What did God say? Revenge is mine, say the Lord. So whatever is done to you, you got to have faith and believe that he's going to take care of it. But watch this. Let's talk about revenge right quick. This is a good life lesson. Think not thou art revenged of thine enemies. Why? When thou slay them, now thou put them what? Behind thy reach. Thou give them what? Quiet, and take from thyself all means of hurting them. When you plot and plan to get back at somebody, it's not a good thing. There is nothing so easy as to revenge an offense, but nothing is more honorable as what? Pardoning them, forgiving them. I learned that lesson of forgiveness, okay? It's personal. And when you had that kind of dislike, you had to be a bigger man, be a bigger person by pardoning them. Give them a pass. I hate that. Yeah, let them go. Yeah, let them go. Don't ride that revenge wagon. It's not a good thing. Quickly, I'm going to do content. I think I'm going to end up with the content because it's got a few things in, but this is a good lesson. Content. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's talk about contentment. That's a level in life that if you are lucky or fortunate enough to reach it and level, trust me, it's the best thing ever. Watch this. Now, contentment. To be satisfied with little is the greatest wisdom. And they had increased their riches, will increase their cares and concerns for said riches. But a contented mind is a hidden treasure, and trouble find it not. When you're not out trying to grind and get that, you're good. If you're content with what you're doing, that's what life is all about. Reaching that level where you're satisfied with what you do. Trust me, I'm there. I can tell you from experience. Watch this. Now, we keep talking about the devil. I hear everybody, no, I got a bunch of fluff. And I got to read it. I'm going to try to get around it, but it makes a lot of sense. Contentment is a difficult feeling to develop. Why? because we mostly spend our time thinking about what we need to accomplish in the future. Well, I'm going to be this, I'm going to do that. What we did or didn't do in the past. Well, back in my day, see that? What you notice, they're either there or there, not here. Be in the present. That's the gift. Other times we worry about what might happen. That's our biggest problem. Worrying about what might happen in the future. Or you may find regret for what happened in the past. Again, you see the combination there? Future, past, not in the now. Contentment, watch this. I tell you, we serve a right now God. If you living and doing right, watch this. Sometimes we worry about what someone else is doing or not doing. We know that. Why can't they just listen to me? I'm a teacher. I want everybody to listen to me. I'm trying to teach. So I get that, but I'm not that braggadocious and ridiculous with it sometimes, maybe. But I know what's best. I know the best way. My brother-in-law said, why everything that you say is right? If it ain't your way, it's wrong. No, but if what I'm saying is true, what you opposing it, you're going to be wrong. Moving on. Just stop the argument. Or, watch this. Or what disastrous mistakes were made by somebody else. That don't do nothing for you, but if you're speaking for yourself. Now, upon close investigation, all attainments of worldly nature occur in what? The realm of relative reality, which is the physical realm, okay? Therefore, all worldly accomplishments, not most of them, all your worldly accomplishments and achievements, regardless of their far-reaching or minute consequences, are bound to what? To a sure end, and will eventually be what? Forgotten. As the pages of the history turns. Even those who appear to what? Have had the greatest impact on the world have faded what? Into the midst of what? History. Therefore, it must be clear, listen, all worldly attachments are only pursuits of what? Mental illusions. If they are pursued from an egotistical, and that's what they are, psychological also, outlook, more important than what we do is what? How we do it. Are we working to achieve purity of heart? Ding, ding, ding. That's the lesson that we're working with. How to attain that. These are things that you do for that. And the virtual and mental peace, which comes from what? Washing one's heart. Purifying one's heart with righteous and virtuous daily actions. Good deeds. Righteousness. Watch this. That devil y'all call, we know it as the ego. The ego places, that's you doing this, and places importance on what is accomplished in the past or what needs to be accomplished in the future. You see here, it's always either there or there, not here. Not realizing the illusionness of its desires of the physical world, just that, illusions. And if you let them run you, they will destroy you. The person whose spirit identifies with the ego-driven mind will believe. Watch this. Your spirit will believe because the ego then took over, and that achievements in the realm of time and space, which is relative reality, are really real. You thinking, I'm thinking that pack I got, oh yeah, I know, I understand. That's the real, I can keep it with you. Yeah, I earned it, I got it. I think I did something for it, I work for it, but it don't really mean nothing to nobody but me. Understand that. And it's nobody's illusion but mine. But thus, you placing mental thinking time either into, again, I just told you, stop doing the future or the past. Consequently, what happened? A form of automatic consciousness, I told you about that, aka daydreaming, okay, fantasizing, okay, develops, in which now the present moment is lost. That's how you always either in the past, like Luke, like Yoda told Luke, You either worry about what's going to happen or worry about what something other happens to somebody else. You're never in the now. That's a problem a lot of us have, okay? But now, the present moment is where those who know thyself will be comfortable. Why? It's where your spiritual development best occurs. It is also where life may be lived most fulfilling, doing good things, doing the things you're supposed to do, conducting yourself. That's life. You do that every day. You get better at it. And those who do not live, watch this, in the present, and a lot of us don't, wake up one day in their life after 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years at a job that they didn't like. Just gave that lesson about the envy, all the nonsense. But that's crazy to me. Again, and ready to retire, and now you're wondering, where did my life go? Because you're always living in the future or worrying about the past. You never got in the now. We miss life when we do those things, living here and worrying about that. We ain't in the now. That's what right thinking philosophy gets you to focus on the now. Future, past. We're here, the now. That's my philosophy. I get it. Now, almost there. I see the clock. I'm about to take it home. Now, in the present moment, again, we did that, sorry, but what happens? You retire wondering where my life go. And shortly, what happened? You die. That's not a good deal. Okay? Having spent their life, the last few years, regretting what they did not do before or should have done. If I coulda, woulda, shoulda. We always end up a day late and a dollar short. Monday morning quarterbacks have never won a game yet. 0. They over. That means it don't work. Anybody who tries that, you're gonna suffer the same fate. Excuse me. Where we at? Wrapping it up. Okay, yeah. Now, a person, what's this? A person worries about getting money and possessions, whereas a rich person worries about how not to lose them. When you get them now, you got to figure out how to keep it. Okay, you know what I mean. But neither one, watch this, neither one of y'all are mentally at peace. That's the problem. Contentment. Therefore, it is not one's circumstances that determines whether or not one is mentally at peace, but it is one's attitude, understanding, and dealings with life circumstances that is the critical factor in achieving mental peace, aka contentment. If you understand what you can control, you control, leave the rest up to the netter. Again, get out of his way, let him do what he do. It's real easy. But it's once you get used to it, it's a learned behavior, and it will benefit you. Trust me. Where we at? Last one. Contentment, and understand this, is only possible. You can only be content when your mind is free from ignorance, aka illusions about the past or the future. Get out of that psychosis of, worrying about the future. I should have done this in the past. You can't change neither one of them. The present, the now. When the mind finally realizes that the past and the present really do not exist outside their mind, then it will be now possible for you to explore the eternal present moment, for as modern physics concurs with ancient philosophy, time as well as space are dependent on the consciousness of the individual perceiver. You are who you think you are. You can achieve what you can If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. That's the power. And therefore, watch this, a minute for one person could be a year for another. Everybody's different. Understand that. And dependent on their conscious perception. Hello? How intelligent are they? How much knowledge do they have of themselves? Our ancient philosophy states that time, along with all other things in the realm of time and space, the physical world, are all illusions created by our own consciousness. They are relative realities, what is normally called Time, or what we seem to be the passage of time, is nothing but what? An interval of eternity. This is a bump in the road, a pit stop, so to speak, another phase of life. We're in the physical form to learn who we are. Once the physical body dies, the spirit goes back. That's if it's enlightened. If not, reincarnation. But it's a segment in which the mind chooses to call what? An interval, and therefore construct the idea of what? The passing of time. We get up every day, then we know that the passing of time is based on what? That sun that gave us that. We didn't create that. So that's the lesson. I know it's running a little long, but I hope you got the concept. I got some more stuff there, but I don't want to be too long. But contentment is brought on by you being comfortable with you. Okay, I can't stop. Wars, regardless of whether they are between sexes, races, or countries, are external reflections of the inability of those involved in what? To supplement their egos, to conquer their enemy, hate, where? Within themselves. That's why you act out externally. I'm going to stop with that one. And right here, if we were currently unhappy with the state of the world, and a lot of us is right now, I ain't voting. Okay, but we are in the external. External means outside because of what? The crime rate, the war, the pollution, hatred, etc. That's all government stuff. We don't really control none of that, but we complain about it and don't do nothing about it. But when we most search ourselves to be sure we are trying to eliminate those negative concepts, aspects within what? Ourselves. Make it personal. We need to evaluate what the purity of our thoughts in a form of what? In the form of spiritual food. Good thoughts leads to good deeds as we purify our minds with positive and right thinking and thoughts, which the body will now become what? Purified as well. Thoughts leads to actions. From there, we will affect all that we come in contact with, thereby becoming what? A true point of light in the universe. I'm here every day doing just that. That's what I do for you. And wrapping it up, the transformation will be reflected in what? Your mentions, your thoughts, your desires, and feelings, and therefore in said actions. I keep telling you this. Thus, having conquered the true enemy, which is what? Egos, ego personality, selfishness, ego, ignorance, etc. within our own mind. There will be no need of what? Sexual desires to conquer or hoard external objects of the world, persons, since we now what? Know that these to be nothing but what? Our very selves, not knowing it. And wrapping it up, all that truly exists is eternity, God. The best way to realize this is what? To reflect personally daily on what? The teachings just given, and to promote what? Mindfulness, knowledge of self in every area of one's life. I told you every aspect needs to be mastered by you and to live more and more in what? The present moment. And then to constantly, daily meditate on this great truth and live by them. Contentment is for now and always, not this. I serve a right now God. If I'm in need of prayer, I need it right now. That's the God that I serve. And contentment is also means what? Feeling satisfied with oneself. Are you happy with you? And with that one is what one has at the present moment with supreme thankfulness and peace. I don't need a big bank account to be happy. I don't need to have a whole bunch of stuff to feel good about who I am. The things that I do, the way I live makes that possible, and you can do the same. But it does not mean what? That achievements should not be pursued or a plan made for your life. Living in the present simply means what? Being happy now, working now, enjoying life now, having your blessings given to you when now, having peace and now, and letting the future what? Unfold. Let God take care of that. That's his job, not yours. Resentment Okay, unfold. Now it also means what? Accepting the outcome of all said actions, whatever they may be, without what? Resentment or remorse. Why? Because you realize that the one is always doing what? You are always doing your best, or you should. And only one's best is what's expected and demanded of by life. Thereafter, whether the project is successful or not, that's up to God. But when you put your best foot forward, and at the judgment day, I just sent it out to y'all, the lady, I knew was asked, lady, how'd you pass the judgment? She said, I just gave my best effort at whatever I did. And that's good enough. Trust me. That's the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. Don't want to know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'm out.